Hello, today we're going to be talking about the cardinal directions. And the first step in understanding what the cardinal directions are is to have a good visual representation of what they look like. So I'm going to show you what the cardinal directions are most likely going to look like on a standard compass that you're going to find anywhere. So here we have north, east, south, and west. North, east, south, west. And again, this is what a standard compass is going to look like. So, very important. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to identify objects within the classroom that are north, east, south, and west. And this will help us have a better understanding of where different things are and how they are in orientation to the direction that they are in. So, it's, for example, we would take the clock, and we have found out that the clock is in the west part of the room, so we will put a W next to the clock. And say we want to find an object that's in the southernmost part of the room, we would put the S next to the chalkboard. So the S goes by the chalkboard, and then we want to find east, and the computer is east, so we would do that. And finally, we will be looking for north, which is by the window. So we would put our N by the window. And by doing this, we have a constant reminder of all the directions that we need to know and understand. So if we're ever lost, we can look to these different objects in the room and have a good, firm understanding of the directions. So that will be our second task. After we have finished that, we are going to go into the computer and we're going to find a map of our choosing. For this particular purpose, I went on the computer and I found a map of Alaska. So with our map that we have chosen off of the computer, we are going to mark north, east, south, and west. And while we are doing this, we are going to make sure that we have a different color for each of the directions that we are putting onto our map. So a good visual of that for a completed map would be like this: north, east, south, and west. So it doesn't really matter what map you choose to do. It just matters that you have a good understanding of how it goes on there. So, and then after you are done with your map of your choosing, your teacher is going to find a map on the computer, and she or he is going to print it off, and you are going to identify north, east, south, and west. So a good example of that could be the map of the United States. And this is good practice for what you are probably going to learn to do in later lessons, which is to identify the directions on a smaller scale, figuring out where you are in your city, in your town, and just in general cardinal directions. So after all your map work is done, your teacher will take your maps and she will scan them onto your computer, and as a class you are going to upload them onto your class website that you have, and others will be able to view it, and you will be able to provide a brief explanation as to what you did with your map work and what you understand of it. So overall, that is your lesson on cardinal directions. I hope you are able to apply it in your real life. Thank you.